Hey everyone, welcome to Prosperous Life Finance, where I help educate you in becoming a better trader and investor. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Fisker Automotive, which is a very special upcoming electric vehicle company. So before I start, I would really appreciate it if you guys would go ahead and like and subscribe in order to join the Prosperous Life family, where we are all a community where we help each other out in order to help each other keep up to date with the stock market, look at new stocks, and all sorts of other information. So once again, I would really appreciate it if you guys would join the family by liking and subscribing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Here we are on the front page of the Fisker Automotive website. As you can see, as we scroll down here, the first thing you see is something called California mode. Now what this is essentially a patented feature that is inspired by Fisker's brand roots and passion for the Southern California coastline. So essentially, with this patented feature, we see that it lowers and slides 9 glass windows and panels to open the entire cabin with one touch that creates an open air feeling while still maintaining a full roll cage safety structure. So as you guys can see here, this is the feature in action, which actually seems like a very nice feature in my opinion. So scrolling down here, we see what exactly makes Fisker Automotive so different than all of these other companies like Neo, Nikola, etc. So essentially, this is an all-electric zero-emissions vehicle with vegan interior and recycled materials throughout in order to experience the world's greenest car. So this is actually very interesting, as not only are they trying to create an electric zero-emissions vehicle, but they are even going as far as to creating a vegan interior and actually use recycled materials throughout the whole vehicle. So I do think that is also one important feature, as not only are they trying to go electric and zero emissions and even go beyond that by actually using recycled materials throughout the vehicle, which in this case, as you can see, that they would like you to experience the world's greenest car. So this is a feature which I think is very interesting, as this is the first company which I have personally seen that is going this far into going green and having that overall vision of their business. So going up here to the about section, we do see this very beautiful logo, and as you can see, this is a reflection of the California sunset and the Pacific Ocean. And as you can see, this company also pays lots of attention to design, as the Fisker emblem actually represents innovation, aspiration, and beauty. Here we see how their vision is a clean future for all, and their mission is to create the world's most emotional and sustainable vehicles. So down here we have their SUV, which is called the Fisker Ocean, and is actually arriving in the year 2022. Looking at some more details, once again, the Fisker Ocean is actually going to be the world's most sustainable vehicle, as the materials are made from recycled, abandoned fishing nets, and plastics from the ocean. And as you can see, they're actually using all these products in the environmentally conscious interior. On the right side, you see how the electrical vehicle range is approximately 250 to 300 miles, and this vehicle is going to be available with 4-wheel drive and high performance dual motors. They also have an optional full-length solar roof with the possibility of over 1,000 free miles a year. So once again, this actually goes back to their statement of actually being the world's greenest car. And on the right side, we do see how it does actually come with some very nice performance as well. And going down here, they even have some more future vehicles. As you can see, they say experience a new category of superior electric vehicle luxury. They say that the Fisker Emotion is going to be a future Fisker model where they aim to introduce new clarification technology that is currently in development with no firm date for launch just yet. So as you can see, this company already has a very high vision at an early stage, not only introducing the Ocean, but also a new superior luxury vehicle. So this comes to show how they actually plan on expanding in the future as well. And right under that, we do see how they have the Fisker Lab, where you can see how Fisker has actually filed more than 10 patents and has its own in-house lab. So going up here, we're going to go into a page which is all about the Fisker Ocean. So whenever you're investing in a stock or a business which currently doesn't have any vehicles out just yet, one thing that you should always do is look at every detail of the products or services which they are going to introduce in the future. So once again, here we have the Fisker Ocean, which they say is the world's most sustainable vehicle, which delivers starting in the year 2022. So once again, down here, we do see some information which we did cover earlier, and we also have more information that has to do with their dimensions and their functional utility. So looking at some more details, we see how it says all-terrain driving and power. So the Fisker Ocean is actually going to be offered in a 4-wheel drive configuration on all trims except for their base model, which is rear-wheel drive, which is going to reflect the vehicle's off-road capabilities. So as we can see, aside from going very green and using recycled materials, they are even looking into creating off-road capabilities for this vehicle. So you can see, we do see how this company is going above and beyond to create an all-encompassing very nice vehicle, which is going to be very flexible and can be used on multiple terrains. As you can see here, the standard 4-wheel drive configuration is going to deliver an output of more than 222 kilowatts, which is more than 300 horsepower. And it's going to have a very impressive ultra-high performance version, which is going to target 0 to 60 in less than 3 seconds. So this goes back to the car being very flexible and delivering lots and lots of power. Scrolling down here, you get more information on the flexible lease and purchase options. So as you can see, you can purchase this vehicle from around $37,499 USD or for around $30,000 with the US federal tax credit if applicable. So one thing to note is that this vehicle is going to enter the market at a very competitive price, which is one thing to look out for, as many individuals are actually trying to go for a zero emission all electric vehicle, since we are seeing the rise of very large popular electric vehicle companies such as Tesla. So now going up here to the investor section, through merger with Apollo affiliated Spartan Energy Acquisition Corp. So what this means as of right now, you can only invest in this company through the Spartan Energy Acquisition Corp, which is a symbol SPAQ. So here we have some very nice information, which says that the transaction is going to provide more than $1 billion of gross proceeds to the company, which include a $500 million fully committed common stock pipe at $10 per share, which is anchored by existing and new investors. And here we actually have a list of those. We see that the proceeds to fully fund the development of the all-electric Fisker Ocean through start of production in 2022. We see how the combined company board of directors will be comprised of existing Fisker board members and an Apollo designee. And lastly, we see how the transaction is going to advance Fisker's mission of creating the world's most emotional and sustainable vehicles, and actually upholds its vision of a clean future for all. So as you guys can see, just very recently, they announced that they're going to enter into a definitive agreement for a business combination that would result in Fisker becoming a publicly listed company. So some more information on this transaction is that the business combination values Fisker at a $2.9 billion pro forma equity value. Here we have some information about their advisors, we have some information about the company Fisker itself, and also about Spartan Energy Acquisition Corp, which is actually going to merge with Fisker and actually help them become a publicly traded company. Continuing down here, you have more information about the Apollo Global Management. You have forward-looking statements, and here is an important section which shows information for investors and shareholders, which shows you how you can get copies of more information about this company through the SEC website. Let's go ahead and take a technical look at this stock. So as you can see here, we have SPAQ, which is the actual current ticker symbol. So I actually have a few indicators here. So in case you guys don't know what they are, this blue line right here is a 9-day exponential moving average. We have the volume down here. We have the MACD, which actually helps us with our entry and exit strategies of this stock. And down here we have the RSI, which will actually help you determine if a stock is currently overbought or oversold. So once again, we do see how a few days ago, the stock was currently trading at $10.51, and it actually doubled to a high of $21.06 shortly thereafter. So we can see how this stock doubled in about a week, and it has been slowly on a downtrend after that. Taking a closer look, we do see how this has broken the 9-day EMA and is currently in an uptrend position. Alongside that, the MACD actually gave us a buying signal not too long ago, and also down here the RSI is not showing that this stock is currently overvalued or undervalued. So the great thing about these indicators is that they help you with your overall plan and can give you a good idea of when would be a good entry and exit point for this stock. Now, there are actually two ways to approach this stock. Obviously, for the short-term trader, these day-to-day fluctuations are going to be very important to you in order to enter and exit trades. But for the long-term investor, I don't think you should worry about these day-to-day fluctuations and should mostly focus on the fundamentals of this company and should have an optimistic outlook of this company that it will do very well in the future. So as of today, we do see how this could be a potential buying point, as the MACD just gave us a buying indication today, and the RSI is now showing that this stock is overvalued or undervalued. And once again, since this went above the 9 EMA. So one thing I always recommend you guys to do is to always perform your own due diligence and proper research and analysis before investing in any company or business, due to the fact that you are placing your hard-earned money into these businesses. I do recommend that you always stick to your initial plan, which means that you plan to invest in this company and actually hold it long-term, ignore these day-to-day fluctuations, and believe in the company's long-term potential. And once again, if you are a trader, obviously you would take a much different outlook of this company. So this was a look at SPAQ stock from a more technical base. So in case you guys are wondering why this stock actually doubled in a matter of days, there is a large underlying factor, and that is due to the fact that the electric vehicle industry is actually growing very, very rapidly. And as you can see in this article, some people actually say that it is in large part to Tesla, whose sales are expected to jump more than 40% in 2021 from 2020. And I actually do think that Tesla has a large factor with the rapid growth of the electric vehicle industry. There are other electric vehicle stocks such as NIO, which have gained over 270% year to date. Workhorse was up almost 400%. Electric vehicle trucking companies such as Tortoise Acquisition, which is for the Hyliion business, and are up roughly over 425% and 170% respectively. And Nikola actually went public via an SPAC acquisition, the exact same way that Fisker is doing right now. And alongside that, Tortoise Acquisition is actually buying the electric vehicle truck maker Hyliion in a similar type of special purpose acquisition company transaction. So if there's one important thing that we can get from this, is that there is most definitely an underlying trend, and is one which I think you should be aware of in case you are interested in investing in this particular business. So I want to go ahead and ask you guys, so what do you guys think about Fisker? In my personal opinion, this company seems very promising and exciting, and I also invested in Hyliion, which is also an upcoming electric vehicle company. Now in my opinion, Fisker does seem promising as well, and if I actually do initiate a position in Fisker, I will actually make it a long-term investment, due to the fact that I believe these companies can go very far in the future and actually grow and expand. And I also think that they're going to integrate some very, very nice technology within these vehicles. So once again, I want to know what you guys think about this company down in the comments below. Do you guys think that Fisker has very good potential? Do you guys think that Fisker can actually go in the market with its competitive prices and actually have a large portion of it? I would love to see what you guys think about it down in the comments below. Now, if you guys learned anything new in this video, I would greatly appreciate it if you would go ahead and like and subscribe, as that does help me out a lot, and you guys can be part of the Prosperous Life family, where we are all here to help each other out in order to grow and expand in our investing and trading journey. So once again, thank you all for watching. God bless you all, and I will see you all in the next video.